this is you and this is your goal. And the progress that you're making now looks something like this. And the reason for that is because you're just doing random workouts, or the workout program that you're following now is just not good and it's never going to help you unlock your goals. And today I'm going to teach you how to create the perfect workout program based on your goal and how to actually make progress. So the first thing that we need to do is to set your goal. This is the most important step, because if you don't have a goal, you can't create your workout program and you're never going to make progress, because if you don't have a direction, if you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there, obviously. And me personally, I know a lot of people that are training for years and they're staying on the same place just because they don't know what they're trying to achieve, and because of that they're doing random workouts without a structure and they're just stuck. So if you don't want to be like these people, first you need to understand what you're trying to do now. Are you trying to get good at skills? For example, do you want to learn the muscle up, the planche, or you're just starting calisthenics and you want to learn basics like pull-ups and dips, you want to increase your rest, but you need to understand what is your goal now. You need to set that goal, and only once you do that, we can move on to creating the program, which is actually going to be based on the goals that you have set for yourself now. The second and next step in creating your workout program is going to be choosing your split, basically how we are going to structure your workout program. And you know, there is a lot of different splits, but today we're going to be talking about just two splits that are personally my favorite, and I am following one of them, and basically all of my clients are following only like these two types of splits because in my opinion they're the best. So here you need to understand that it is not so important, like there is no perfect split or something like that. This is just a way to structure the workouts during the week, and it just depends on which one of these two options is going to be better for you, based on your schedule, based on how busy you're at work, how many times per week you can work out, and so on. And based on that, you're going to choose which split is going to work best for you. So let me show you the split. So as you can see here, we have push-pull and full body workouts. So let's start with the push and pull workouts. You can see here, basically you're going to be training like Monday, Tuesday, then you're going to have a rest day, and you're going to train Thursday, Friday, and you have 2 rest days again. So basically you're going to do push and pull on different days, obviously. And you're going to have 4 workouts per week. And as you can see here on this rest day, you can see cardio. So it's optional, you can do cardio if you want, or you can train legs. Me personally, and once again, all of my students, we are not training legs because we are calisthenics athletes and we don't really care about that. But I love doing cardio. I have been playing football for 10 years and a lot of my clients are also doing cardio. So instead of legs, you can do cardio, you can run, you can do some, football, basketball, it doesn't matter, just some type of cardio. And of course on these 2 rest days you can also do cardio if you feel like it, but basically this is the first option. And the bad thing about this split is that you have less frequency, so you have only 2 times per week push and 2 times per week pull, which for some people is great. Once again, you need to experiment and see which one is going to be better for you, but in general, the more frequency you have in your workouts, the better. For example, if you're going to train muscle ups 2 times per week, it's great, but if you're going to do them 3 times per week, you're going to make faster progress because you have more frequency, but you need to be able to actually recover from that frequency. And this is another topic, but in general, the more frequency you have and actually being able to recover from these workouts, the better. So because of that, I like the full body split more. But once again, for some people, this is going to be the better option, so you can just experiment and see, which one feels better for you. So the full body split, you can see Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and 2 rest days. Once again, on Tuesday and Thursday, you can still do some type of cardio, or you can just take a rest day. It depends on how you feel. And the same goes for these 2 rest days here on Saturday and Sunday. You can go hiking, you can go swimming, or whatever stuff you like to do. It doesn't really matter as long as it doesn't, as it's not like stopping you from recovering from the workouts. So here obviously you have 3 times per week you're doing push and pull, so you have more frequency. For example, doing 3 times per week muscle ups is going to help you progress faster instead of doing it 2 times per week. And because of that I like this split more, because in calisthenics or in other like strength sports, you know, frequency is playing a big role. So this is why I suggest you to start with this one, especially if you're a beginner, like if you're just starting calisthenics, if you're just doing right now a lot of basics like pull-ups and dips, definitely go for the full body split. You're going to make like faster progress instead of this one. So try it out and see how you feel. The other thing that you need to understand here is that obviously here you can see shorter workouts in the push and pull split, and here you can see longer workouts. So when you're going to train full body, obviously you're doing more exercises per one workout, which is going to take you more time. And when considering your daily routine, responsibilities, job and so on, you need to keep that in mind. That is going to take you more time to warm up and do all of the exercises, but you're going to have less workouts, but they're going to be longer. Instead of here, you're going to have more workouts, but they're going to be shorter. And you know, once again, for other people, there are like, you need to see which one is going to work best for you. And also you need to consider that the volume that you're going to have during the week, basically the amount of sets, exercises, reps and so on, is going to be the same. You're just going to spread it differently through the workout. So for example, if you're going to have in this split, let's say 10 sets of muscle ups for these 2 workouts, you're going to spread these 10 sets in these 3 workouts. It doesn't mean that you're going to do like 15 sets instead of 10, because this might be too much volume for you. So the structure is different, but the volume and the intensity of the workouts is going to be pretty much the same. So don't do the mistakes of, you know, doing too much on this full body split, because you might not be able to recover from that, and you don't want to overtrain all the time, because obviously this is also not going to help you make progress. Okay, step 3, exercise selection. So once we have chosen the split that we are going to follow, is it going to be push-pull or is it going to be full body, what kind of exercises you should do based on your goals. And right now I'm going to show you. So we have a couple of rules for that. I'm not the best in writing, I hope that you understand what I wrote. But yeah, basically we have a couple of rules. As you can see here, 2 to 3 specific per goal or a skill exercises. So it means that the exercises that we are going to be doing are going to be specific based on the goals that we are trying to achieve. It's not going to be just some random exercises that you can see on, I don't know, Instagram tutorials, TikTok or something like that. No, we have a plan and we are following that plan, so we must be specific. The second rule is start with the most important ones. So basically the most specific and the most important exercise based on your goals. And the last one is finish with some accessories and conditioning. So basically still exercises that are relevant to our goals, but you know, not super specific. So now I'm going to give an example. If we are training muscle ups and our goal right now is to increase our reps, for example, now we can do like 1 or 2 body weight and you want to be able to do 4 or 5 body weight. What is going to be the most specific exercise that you're going to start the workout with? Yes, it's going to be muscle ups, you guessed it. It's not going to be handstand push-ups or something else. So you start with muscle ups, let's say body weight muscle ups, right? You do a couple of sets of that, and since you can do only like 1 to 2, you're not going to be able to do a lot of sets here. So after the body weight, we can do some, for the second exercise, we can do some muscle ups with a light band to get some volume, get some more practice, and to actually, you know, master the technique better. So this is going to be the second exercise, still super specific, obviously. And the third one, it could be explosive pull-ups, for example, or it also can be explosive pull-ups with a light band, or it can be just, you know, less specific. If you're going to do like only 3 exercises in this day, it's going to be less specific and you're just going to do normal pull-ups, you know, for some hypertrophy, for increasing your reps, and it's still kinda specific to the muscle up because you're working the same muscle groups, but it's not super specific as the first one. So if you're going to do just normal pull-ups, it's going to be an accessory exercise and it's going to be just for conditioning and extra volume. So when you're going to be creating your workout program, you want to follow these rules and to actually be specific with the exercise selection. And the last, fourth step is workout types. What kind of workouts you're going to do, and we're going to get the example with the full body split because, as I said, this is the split that I prefer the most. So if you're a beginner and you can just do a couple of dips, a couple of pull-ups, like you can literally just create one workout, do it 3 times per week, and your only goal should be to increase your reps in pull-ups, dips, push-ups, and so on. So you can literally just do the same workout over and over and over again, and you're literally going to make progress for months with that. You don't need like different types of workouts, and like take it easy, just be consistent, just do the movements and you're going to get better. You don't need like super complex structuring here. So if you're a beginner, it's simple. If you're a more advanced athlete and you're working on some skills, muscle ups, or static skills like planches, handstands, or stuff like that, it's getting a little bit more interesting and a little bit more harder. So let me show you what I mean by that. You can see here workout types. You can see Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because we are going to get the example with the full body split. So Monday is going to be the workout which is going to be the most important one. So it's the primary workout. Wednesday is also super important. It's once again primary workout, but we have some variation here. I'm going to explain it in a few minutes. And the last workout, which is going to be on Friday, is the least important one, but of course you should not skip it, you should also do it. It's just not so important as these two, because you're already fatigued, you're already tired from these two workouts, and this is just for some extra volume conditioning, as you can see here, technique, light, or other goals. So after Friday you have 2 rest days, you're going to be recharged and you're going to be ready for the primary workout. So primary workout means that you're going to work on your goals in the most specific and hard way, because you're going to be super fresh from the 2 rest days that you had. So this is when you're going to try PRs, this is when you're going to do like muscle ups without the band. If you can do like 1 or 2 muscle ups, this is when you're going to do it on the primary workout. Now on Wednesday you're still going to be working super specific on the goals that you have, but you can add some variation. For example, you can practice the muscle up technique with a light band instead of doing it body weight, just to understand the movement better, just to do some more reps, just to get actually better at it. So you're still working super specific, but it can be a little bit lighter, or you're adding variation to it. For example, if you're now learning pull-ups, what you can do is just do normal pull-ups on the primary day, and on the primary variation day, you can do, for example, pull-ups with a dead stop. So obviously you're going to do less reps because it's harder with a dead stop, but you're going to work on your weaknesses. If your weakness is getting over the bar, you can work on pull-ups with a dead stop. So you're pulling up, you're pulling yourself up, you're stopping at the top for 1 second, and then you're going down. So this is called variation. This is still the main exercise, but you're working on the weak points that you have now in order to get stronger. So still super intense day, but you can add some variation or just work on your technique with light bands. And finally, the last workout on Friday, this is going to be conditioning workout. For example, you're going to work on your second priority goals. If you want to increase your reps in basics, in pull-ups and in dips, you can focus on that. Or you can do technique light. As you can see here, you can work still on the muscle up technique. So you're going to do the muscle ups for the 3rd time, but you can do them with a heavy band. This time is going to be even easier. You're going to be able to do even more reps, but you're going to work on the clean technique. You're going to be able to actually understand the proper movement and to do everything right, so that after that you're going to be more primed for the primary day, which is going to be on Monday. So You can work on your technique with heavy bands, or for example, if you're like training for skills right now, for static skills, and you're training for the plunge, you can work on easier progressions just to like practice the movement, understand all the activations, and basically still spend time in the movement, but in a lighter way. And the last thing is that you can do on Friday other goals. For example, as I said, low priority goals. If you're like training the muscle ups, and maybe you want to start training the front lever in the future, but it's not really like your main priority now, you can just do some light sets on Friday just to kind of start working on it, get the feeling of it, but not exhausting yourself too much. So basically, you can also work on back levers and stuff like that. So other goals that are not really important for you, but you would like to, implement them in your training. So Friday is a great way to do so. Basically, this is how you're going to structure them. If we're going to work with the full split routine, which is actually the split that I recommend, and this is the split that works well for me and for my students. But once again, if you choose the other one, it's also okay. So now basically you have everything that you need in order to structure your workouts correctly based on your goals and to start making progress into that direction instead of just doing some random stuff and being like the guy from the beginning of the video. But if you still feel like you need some help and you don't really know, for example, how many sets per exercise should you do, which exercise is going to be the best for your case, and you just want somebody to help you, basically take you for your hand and to walk you through all this path and create the best plan, basically the best structure that you can follow and for sure achieve your goals, you can apply for my one-on-one coaching. The link is going to be in the description. We're going to have a quick conversation. I'm going to ask you a little bit more in detail about your goals, and we're going to see how I can actually help you with my one-on-one coaching. So if you feel like you need some help, this is what you can do. But if you feel like you can do it by yourself, just use this video as an example, create your own structure and keep making progress towards your goals. I hope that this video was helpful for you. You learned something new. Now you actually know what to do, and there is nothing stopping you from achieving your goals. So as always, expect redemption and see you in the next one.